Think of the people who were running that White House and how incredible it was for them to have never run for elected office once in their life, to have a decaying puppet that they could manipulate. Imagine the unelected power that they were able to feel because they were there to prop up Joe Biden, pushing him into the White House, pushing their own radical agenda on a clueless, elderly Trojan horse. Dr. Drew Pinsky is a medical expert as well as a prostate cancer survivor. He joins us now to talk about the medical side of this. And sir, it's good to have you on. A week ago, Biden announced a small nodule that was found on his prostate after a routine physical.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden it's metastatic, it's aggressive, it's in his bones. What do you make of this?
Well, that actually is what tipped me off. For one thing, we don't even do the digital rectal exam anymore. We follow PSAs. And so this whole notion that somebody who's the president of the United States, who's getting the best quality health care, oh, we just happened upon a little nodule during the workup, and boom, all of a sudden it's metastatic disease. No, just everything you said in your monologue was absolutely correct and accurate. It doesn't happen like that. What's even more interesting is speculating that indeed he probably has had, I'd say, less than 2% chance that he presented with metastatic disease, maybe even below that. Only time I've ever seen that happen is that people who aren't getting regular health care. But the really interesting speculation would be perhaps he has had it for a couple of years, and once it gets away to the bones, it's metastatic disease. The treatment is androgen deprivation therapy, and the side effects of that are cognitive slowing, cognitive decline, loss of muscle mass, and falls. Did we not see evidence of that over the last 2 years? It would explain a lot.
Those PSAs you're talking about, the White House was not revealing that test in Biden's, when they would release Biden's whatever health records they would release on him when he was president. They weren't showing us that, were they?
And of course that was being done every year. Of course it was. And they need to be. Look, the people who want to push back and say, oh, he's entitled to his confidential health care. I call BS on that. If somebody is climbing into the seat of an aircraft to pilot that plane and I see evidence of impairment, I have not only a right, I have an obligation to ask questions. We all have obligations as citizens in this ship to understand what is going on in the person in the pilot seat. And to not do so, I would call that immoral.
You were diagnosed with early stage prostate cancer yourself. You are now cancer free, and we're very happy to hear that. There is a doctor's office inside the White House. Nobody gets better care than a president of the United States.
Correct.
They have Walter Reed. They're not showing the PSAs, as you just said. Do you think they've known about this for years?
The evidence suggests that. Of course, I don't know him. We only wish him the best. But the reality is you don't find a small nodule and then magically have metastatic disease. That is, if somebody shows up after 3 years of lack of supervision, maybe. But it just doesn't happen like this in somebody who's being supervised. And as you said, there's a smoking gun here. Well, where have the PSAs been? Where have they been? And what was the treatment he got? And when did it start? And what other conditions does he have? We need to know that. And in the day of them gaslighting and blowing smoke at us must stop. We have to get to the truth to make sure this never happens again.
Something else. It really is something else. Dr. Drew, we appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Appreciate it.
You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.